In other news, Thailand has stepped up security in its deep south after a wave of coordinated attacks over the weekend. At least 70 incidents were recorded across Pattani, Yala, Songkhla and Narathiwat. It involved arson, small bombs, gunfire and property damage. 3 civilians were injured. The attacks targeted government buildings, shops, vehicles and utility infrastructure, including a convenience store. Thailand's Prime Minister held an urgent meeting with security officials and stressed better intelligence gathering is needed. The 4th Army Region Commander says security agencies had received warnings for almost 2 months, but lacked precise information on the targets. No group has claimed responsibility for the attacks. And for more on this, we're joined by Rungrawee Chalermsripinyorat, who is an assistant professor of conflict and peace studies at the Prince of Songkla University from Pattani in southern Thailand. Professor, good to have you with us. Now, we heard that more than 70 locations were hit in a single weekend. So what does that tell us about the capabilities of this separatist insurgency today?
Yeah, thank you. Glad to join this program. Actually, this is not a new phenomenon. We have seen these coordinated attacks for the past 22 years since the resurgence of the violence in 2004. The BRN has used coordinated attacks from time to time. So it is actually nothing new. But certainly the BRN, the modus operandi is not to claim any responsibility for any attack that they have committed in the past. So we don't see any groups that come out to claim for the attack. This could be an attempt to show the fighter on the ground, that to boost the morale of fighter on the ground, showing that they have comrades, fighting across the 4 southernmost provinces. This could also be a way for them to shows that they have the military capacity, trying to increase their bargaining power at the peace dialogue table as well.
Yeah, so help us understand here. PM Anutin has called for better intelligence gathering, but authorities also reportedly had advance warning of the attacks. So why were they still unable to prevent an operation on this scale?
It is very hard for the security force to prevent this kind of attacks because the fighters or the BRN, the insurgents are spreading across the 4 provinces, and they blend themselves amongst the villagers. They speak the language, Malay language, that the Thai authority do not understand. So it is very difficult if the local people do not tell them, give them intelligence information. It is very hard for them to know the movement of the insurgents when they are trying to create this kind of attacks.
So why target government buildings and also other symbols of the state? What kind of message might the attackers be trying to send?
Yeah, as we can see that these attacks do not mean to maximize the loss of life. So it does not mean to kill, the most possible people. But this is a way to send a political message to the Thai government that they are fighting. You might have seen in the past that there are road spraying, graffiti, merdeka, which means independence. This is what the BRN is fighting for. So this kind of attack is more about sending political message rather than planning to kill a lot of people.
And speaking of that political message, the violence also
attack
comes as Thailand is trying to revive peace talks. So are these attacks an attempt to gain leverage ahead of these negotiations? And what does that then say about the peace process?
Yeah, because now there is actually no agreement at the peace talk. So the BRN has continued their military operation as usual, right? Because there is no agreement. So I think that they want to show that they still continue to have this capacity to carry out the attacks. But the way that the government should deal with this is to negotiate on cessation of violence, which they have actually the issue has been ongoing. The Thai government and the BRN in the past few months has negotiated on cessation of violence. So they should try to continue this rather than stopping the peace talk, because if they stop the peace talk, there is no channels to negotiate with the BRN. But the BRN doing this, hoping that they would increase the bargaining power, but this could also backfire, because it seems like the killing of the 5 military rangers several weeks ago and the recent coordinated attack may have changed the Thai military approach, the Thai government approach towards a more hardline approach. So
Well,
but it's better for the Thai government. Yeah.
Before we go, after more than 2 decades and also thousands of deaths, why has Thailand still not been able to resolve this conflict? What remains to be resolved?
I think that the Thai government agencies still have different approach in resolving this conflict. The National Security Council wanting to make this a genuine peace process, talking about the grievances and the issue that underlying this conflict, issue about identity, education system, self-government reform. But for the army, they are seeing this as an extension of the counter-insurgency operation. They just want this process to help to end the violence or reduce the level of violence, but they are reluctant or unwilling to talk about structural change. I think these two different approach has impact on the lack of progress of the peace talk, but and this has significantly derailed the peace process.
Professor, thank you so much for your insights today. That was Rungrawee Chalermsripinyorat, who is Assistant Professor of Conflict and Peace Studies at the Institute for Peace Studies, Prince of Songkla University.